Alright guys, more reason to have a printer. In this case, we used a resin. Let me show you. So yesterday I was working on stuff and I noticed that my trigger on my little SureBonder or SureBonder glue gun had broke. Now, I glued it back together to get dimensions, but obviously that's not going to hold up in the long run. So my options are to go buy a new one, or, in my case, just design a new trigger mechanism. So let's get her fixed. Now, if you've never seen it, the internals of a hot glue gun are pretty simple. Your feeding point, your little mechanism that moves back and forth that feeds your hot glue in, and down here is your extruder. This is probably cast aluminum. Heats up with a little heater in there. And this right here is the part that broke. Now, they used these little tiny cheap pop rivets because, well, they're cheap. But luckily, I happen to have a screw the proper size. So let me pull that out and we'll get this new piece put in place. Now, design-wise, since I was going to resin print this, I tried to get it as close as I could to the original. We're still going to have to put it in place and look and see, maybe little tweaks here and there. But luckily, we can easily modify it. And if it breaks again, we can replace it. Alright, we have the new trigger here in place. And it looks pretty good. I don't know if I can squeeze it while I have it. Oh yeah, there we go. We even got the little flaw on that flat piece right there. If I go to make another one, I need to adjust the angle like 2 degrees so that it sits completely flat on the printed part, or on the injection molded shell here. Alright, so we got it all screwed back together. It does function correctly. Now, since we have it all screwed back together, we can see where we have little issues that we can fix. For instance, that flat needs to be angled just a hair. Right here in the back where the joint is, we can thicken that up a bit. We'll make all these changes to the design, so down the road, if I go to print another one of these, it'll have all the updates. So, last thing to do, heat it up, test it. Alright, we got her all heated up, and it does work. Now, I will say that I'm not sure exactly how strong this water washable resin is. So, I will not be surprised if at some point down the road this does break. But, if it does, then I may reprint it on an FDM machine. Or, depending on how long it takes to break, I might just make another one on the resin. But in general, I like it. Saved me, give or take, $20 I think is what that costs. Good time.